Teddy Kekstadt, what's going on, brother?
Oh, we got a great day to talk. Over the past couple of weeks, we called a nice little bounce against the dollar. And remember last week I was saying we got a little foreshadowing coming that I think we're getting ready for a potential turn. And
Yes.
yesterday I think we got the signal. And your gold market is the one that really gave us the big one. You saw how that sold off, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, that was a high probable Japanese candlestick pattern in the gold market, the euro versus the dollar, the US dollar versus the Swiss, and the pound versus the dollar all gave very big signals yesterday. These are all bullish for the dollar in the short run. So, and especially with gold, if it continues, like today, there's a little profit-taking move against it. The dollar is obviously under pressure today, but not very much if you look at by the pound. The pound's only slightly higher now versus the dollar. And I think that what we're seeing today is yesterday was the turn. And so now we're getting basically the trap to get all your weak longs and weak shorts suckered in before we have the next bullish rally for the dollar over the next few days into the next week, I think.
So let me ask you, what do you think about I'm looking at the pound right now, right?
Okay.
And, politically they're, really playing chicken over there. That's for sure.
Correct.
And so are you looking for that pound to get to lower price? We're at 120?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
I'm looking for the British pound versus the dollar to continue lower, probably down to about the $1.27 even to $1.26 half area.
Sure.
I think that's a good area where I think going until our elections are over, that's about as far as you're going to see a slide in that, as well as even with the euro. I see the euro getting down potentially to $1.14 going into November, because until they have their trade deals hacked out, and then the whole Brexit thing, and then like you said, there's too much turmoil that we're not getting this news right now because everything is so focused on the elections and COVID-19. I mean, if you look at where the dollar's strength is coming from right now, it's not because the dollar's strong, it's because other currencies are becoming weaker.
Sure.
Look at Australia right now with their lockdowns. I mean, I started to look into some of their news and stuff like that. Like, if they continue with what they're doing, their economy is going to be in for a lot of issues over the next 2 quarters, and especially as we head into 2021. So if we have a global slowdown, that could really impact the Australian dollar, where it's not that the dollar is going to be strong versus the Aussie, it's just the Aussie is going to become very weak. And the same is going to happen with, I think, these other currencies as well.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Excuse me 1 second.
That's okay.
You can see what's happening, folks, over in the UK, when I was just saying they're both playing chicken, is that the European Union come out yesterday and basically is trying to call Johnson's bluff. And then so this morning the UK come out and say, hey, listen, man, if we don't get some real trade talks going by October 15th, we're canceling them, period. So,
right.
It's funny, Teddy, if we talk, like, things have gone so quick and time goes so quick. Remember, a year and a half ago, that's all we were talking about.
Yes. And remember how we were talking about when is this going to end? And we agreed then. We're like, we still have another year of this.
Right.
And we've barely talked about this except for over the past couple of weeks when we started to kind of bring in these little inklings about it.
I know, man. Isn't it amazing how markets work, man? I mean,
absolutely. I mean, no one's even talking about the exodus of businesses out of the EU to the UK right now.
Right.
They have a deadline over the next month or two, and this is going on and no one's talking about it whatsoever. And I don't know how that cannot possibly have an impact on both economies over there, let alone ours. Right?
Exactly. No, it's, what happens, folks, is that, if you get into a brawl, there's never winners. A real brawl, right. Guess what? You have, you're in Chicago, I'm from Boston, whatever city you're from.
Everyone's going to walk away hurt.
Big time. Yeah.
Right.
There's no winners there, man. Someone might think they won, and they did, but guess what? There's leftover, big time.
Right. And I think like the gold market, which you follow obviously intensely, I really believe that right now, that is definitely helping to be an indicator for us right now, because you look at the interest rates how they're kind of trying to push for higher levels.
Yes.
When we know they have to bounce, So I think that now that we're heading into the fourth quarter, you're going to see this little pressure on the metals a little bit, pressure on the interest rates, and this is all good for the dollar right now, So, but when it comes to these other currencies, I think it's really important that your viewers don't look at the dollar as being necessarily strong. It's just that these ties, like you said, the brawl, no, there's no winners. Everyone's going to get hurt somehow. So it's hard for them to become so strong against the dollar, I think, for the next
No,
like,
I agree. And, you know, it's pretty wild. I mean, you talk about markets being deviant. As soon as I saw that come across, in a longer sense, folks, and this is interesting, Teddy, I'm actually even more bullish on gold now, and the reason is this. What happens is that when you get accelerations up or down, right? In this case, we have had the acceleration up for quite some time. The bottom line is that, to me, it's a timeout because more money is coming in.
Yes.
I don't care who wins. You know what I mean? More money's coming in. So it's like, okay, man, you know, consolidate for a while because that's going to give us that next leg up. So
absolutely, I agree with you 100%. And I'm not saying that I don't think the rally is done in gold. I think it's just on a pause.
Yeah, no,
and these are things that are going to help. You know, now the one currency I have to say where the dollar is going to probably be strong against, you're going to have a disconnect is the U.S. dollar yen. So as the dollar does, if it does get stronger versus the euro, the pound, the Swiss, the Canada, whatever, don't think that that's going to carry over to the yen. There's an inverse relationship that seems to be solidly in play, and that's why I like these right now with this short-term turn with these other currencies. There's a symmetry that goes on with currencies, and right now they're going back to which it started already a couple of months ago, where they're not just trading in tandem anymore. The coronavirus is off the table. Now things are really starting to, and people are really looking at what's going on in these economies globally, and I think that focus is something that people, if they look at these markets and trade them in the currencies or the futures, you need to pay attention to that now.
Yeah, no, I can see that yen, and that's a problem for gold, folks. That's the bottom line. That yen looks like it wants to go to 107 or 106.01. I mean, this broke the consolidation out here this morning.
Right.
And I guess it probably started last night, but I mean, that's quite a move today in the yen, right?
Right, absolutely. And that's the funny thing is, how the yen, it either doesn't move for like a week and then all of a sudden explodes.
Exactly.
So, thanks, guys. You have a great week.
Teddy, you have a great one.
Thanks, Teddy.
One. Remember, folks, every trading day you can reach him at forex-trading-unlock.com. Have a great one, a safe one. Teddy, we look forward to speaking to you next Wednesday.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Stay right
Thanks,
there,
man.
folks. Tommy and I are coming right back.